All right, everybody, welcome to our program today. Thank you so much for joining in. Please make sure that you invite people to this broadcast. Share the video and make sure that people get invited. It is so important that people come and listen to the man himself. You know, these days where everybody just gets online and says whatever they like, report whatever they like, and they can confuse anybody. It is important that we do our best to bring the truth out, bring the people who are involved, ask them the direct questions, and then they'll be able to tell us the direct answer. So go ahead and post this video and let people come and join us. Now, our guest for tonight is none other than the special counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the Ohamadike himself. You guys know that recently Mazi Nnamdi Kanu won a case against the Nigerian government where he was awarded 1 billion naira as damages. And the federal government was also requested to pay Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that money and also to give him an apology added to that letter. And today what we're going to be trying to do is to make sure that we hear from the lawyer himself. So basically, why we have you in our program today is to be able to interact with you concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case and the role that you're playing there, because we're living in a period where a lot of people are, by their actions, by what they say, by what they do, are trying to scuttle this mission, you know. But we know that there's a lot of other people too who are determined in fighting this just cause to the end, and they are not being swayed by the misinformation out there or the plans by some people to just derail the mission. And one of those people is you. And right now, these days, we depend on people like you to tell us the truth. So, but before we go on, I'm going to play a video, and this video is a video that I think it was an interview that you granted to BBC service. I'm going to play that video, and we'll come back and talk to you.
Okay.
Tell us how
Okay.
It work out well. At least we don't get judgment over this matter where happened since 2017, where the court don't talk am now. Say no be run away when Nnamdi Kanu run away from bail. That thing where they call say injure bail, na lie, na because military attack am. And because of that military attack am, the court ordered that the federal government should pay him 1 billion and apologize to him. That's why we came here, and the court agreed with us. The only thing the court did not do is that he said he no get power to decide the thing what happened to Nnamdi Kanu for Kenya. So that one there aside. And the another thing where the court talk that is very important. You know, under section 12 of the Federal High Court Act, Federal High Court judges have the power to recommend or order political solution or reconciliation between parties. There is a companion section or provision in the state law. So today, the High Court judge recommended, I would say, I have not seen the CTC. It might as well be an order that the federal government, instead of pursuing this matter in court in Abuja, in the form of a trial, should pursue the prospects of political solution. That coming from a High Court judge in Nigeria is very, very important for us. It's of overriding consideration.
Okay, for the common man, we no go understand all this big grammar when you speak now.
Yes.
How you fit break them down one by one? What
Okay, I don't they break them. I don't they break them. They say that thing where they call Python. Dance where the Nigerian may come down for South East for 2017. Come dance and say they come reach Mazi Nnamdi Kanu house for Afaruku Ibek, where they for my Fabia State. is the judge say that thing no good. He did wrong. Say now in life, where they want contact, now make the man run away. So that no be Nnamdi Kanu where they at fault. Now federal government and the army will come to attack and then they at fault. And then because then they at fault, made them pay 1 billion naira and made them apologize to them.
Okay.
So now, them tell and say then they're sorry.
So how you feel for this judgment?
I feel good
everything where you fight, say they meet all of them complete, or you get some ways they pay you for
yes, where I know be say they pay me. You can see my face like you can say I don't get paid. You know, and that small one will happen for Kenya. Don't worry, that one we go see what you will do. One day, monkey go market, you know, go they talk for that one.
So, okay, a message for the supporters of Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay, and I don't see
and
how
colleagues too.
I don't see how we waka go the way they support Nnamdi Kanu. This waka for Abia State, it start for.
All right, that's the much we can take from that video. Let's bring you in again as much as it can allow you to. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're talking about. It is difficult to operate anything from Nigeria. It is so difficult. Something as simple as this is a project. The light is not stable. The data is not stable. Communication in 2022. Everyone still struggles to do basic things in Nigeria. So that is very, very, you can imagine it's very frustrating, very, very frustrating. But we know that the barrister is a very busy man. He's in transit. He's in transit, but we'll still go ahead. We'll still go ahead. We won't be discouraged. So, Barrister Ejimakor, thank you so much for accepting to do this. My first question to our listeners is, what's your role? What's your role in this, in the whole of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case with the federal government of Nigeria?
Well, my role is as clear as the sky. I can say also that my role speaks for itself with this judgment that I scored on the 19th of January from the High Court of Abia State. So my role has become very clear. It's the role of a defense counsel who also can also go on offense. So the Omaha case is nothing but an attempt to go on the offense to prove to the world that some things that are very terrible is not really that is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is the bad guy here, that the bad guy is the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And this has never been tested in court. So on August 27th, I went to court on the offense with a proposition that what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in September 2017, altogether constituted a flagrant violation of his constitutional rights, his fundamental rights to life, to liberty of the human person, to his dignity, and to fair hearing. And the government joined issues with me in that lawsuit. Nnamdi Kanu was the applicant, so the respondents were 8 altogether. So that means I had minimum of 8 lawyers combating me in an adversarial setting. So they joined the issues with me, and eventually the case was concluded on the merits on the 10th December. And on January 19th, the gavel came down with a decision from the court that the government violated Nnamdi Kanu's rights. And of course, the rest is history. The order to pay 1 billion naira and the order to apologize to him, well, you can say that that's a victory in and of themselves. But the more important, the more significant victory that lies in that judgment is the moral victory, the moral and legal victory that for once a court has made a pronouncement over this individual who has faced continuous persecution. They call it prosecution, but I call it persecution. Nnamdi Kanu has faced continuous persecution at the hands of the Nigerian authorities since 2015, along with thousands of members of the indigenous people of Biafra. So his situation is not different from that of the members of the indigenous people of Biafra. So any judicial pronouncement on his situation is by extension a judicial pronouncement on the predicament of every member of indigenous people of Biafra who has come into hostile contact with the authorities in Nigeria. So there lies the moral victory that, like I said before, that the bad guy is not Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. The bad guy is the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now let me state it clearly that what you're trying to say is that the norm is that the federal government would always take people to court. They are the first people to sue. They are the first people to be on the side of aggression. But you decided to try something else and try to prove to the world that they are the aggressors. They are the ones that should be on trial. So you actually put them, you docked the federal government of Nigeria, you put them behind the dock, you to show them that you filed a case against them, and then to everybody's surprise, including myself, you actually won a case against the federal government of Nigeria, indicating to everybody else that, of course, it is possible to win a case against the federal government of Nigeria and prove that they are the ones that should be standing trial and not Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now, the judgment that was, and we have a lot of, we received the full document, the full document, and we're going to be sharing it on our platforms. But I wanted you to be able to break down what this judgment means, the implication of this judgment that was received. Let me read the subject, the press release. It said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's fundamental rights suit fixed for judgment on 19th January 2022. For the information of the media and the general public, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's fundamental rights suit pending before the High Court of Abia State has been set for judgment on 19th of January. This was what he released before. It will be recalled that the suit was heard and concluded on the merits of 10 December 2021 before Justice Benson Anya of the High Court of Abia State in Umuahia. The suit, which I initiated on 27th August 2021, is among others seeking the following reliefs: a declaration that the military invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's home in Abia State in September 2017 by the Nigerian government is illegal, unlawful, unconstitutional, and amounts to infringement of his fundamental rights to life, dignity of his person, his personal liberty, and fair hearing as guaranteed under the Nigerian Constitution and the African Charter of Human and People's Rights. A declaration that the arrest of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya by agents of the Nigerian government without due process of law is arbitrary, illegal, unlawful, unconstitutional, and amounts to infringement of his fundamental rights against arbitrary arrest to his personal liberty and to fair hearing as guaranteed under the Nigerian Constitution and the African Charter on Human Rights. A declaration that the torture and detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya by agents of the Nigerian government is illegal. A declaration that the expulsion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya to Nigeria by the Nigerian government and his consequent detention and planned prosecution in charge number this Federal Republic of Nigeria versus Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is illegal. Now, these are some of the things that that are contained in the lawsuit against the federal government of Nigeria. An order of injunction restraining the Nigerian government from taking any further step in the prosecution of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in charge number this. An order mandating and compelling the Nigerian government to forthwith release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from detention and to restore him to his liberty, same being his state of being as of 19 June 2021, and to thereupon repatriate him to Britain, his country of domicile and citizenship. An order mandating and compelling the Nigerian government to issue an official letter of apology to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for the infringement of his fundamental rights and publication of said letter of apology in 3 national dailies. Thank you. Signed, Aloy Ejimakor, Esquire, Special Counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. This is a very important interview. So please, we are going to be patient. We'll get it right. You are going to call in. You are going to ask some very important questions. There is so much confusion going on, especially inside IPOB, because of the misinformation that is going on out there. So the question I was going to ask you is to break down what this judgment is, the different items of that judgment, and what it actually means, its implication to the federal government of Nigeria, what the judge is actually saying by those parts of the judgment.
Okay, can you hear me?
Clearly, we can hear you clearly.
Loud and clear?
Very loud and clear, and it looks like you can hear me now.
First of all, the implication of the judgment that just springs out at you right there is the federal government of Nigeria is suddenly out of 1 billion naira. Somebody was saying the other day on social media that it's not only China that the federal government of Nigeria owes now, that they own Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as well. So they are just out of 1 billion naira, and that's it. And they're going to be saying sorry. Why paying that money? They're going to be saying, we are sorry. And here is 1 billion, and we are sorry. And then that sorry will have to be published in national newspapers. That's huge. That's very huge. Then there is something that it didn't come as a court order. It came as a recommendation. At the bottom of the order, the judge recommended that the federal government should seek a peaceful resolution of the matter. That is the matter of the Biafran agitation. You see, a lot of people have been recommending this. The other day, a group of Igbo leaders led by Mbazulika Amechi went to the presidency and made the same recommendation. A lot of other people from across Nigeria, and I think the international community, I have seen with my own eyes, have recommended political solution to the Biafran agitation. Even Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself and the IPOB are asking for political solution. Referendum is a political question. Referendum is not a word of conflict. Referendum is not something that you take to the judiciary. Referendum is not a law enforcement problem that requires the sort of violence that the federal government has unleashed in the southeast of Nigeria, and the sort of judicial traducement, mostly in the form of persecution, that the federal government has levied against the members of the indigenous people of Biafra and Biafrans in general. So the direct implication is there on the face of the document, but then if you look deeper, the court has said that this is not really a matter of law enforcement, it's a matter for the political process. Then the other implication is this, that, back in 2017, the sing-song, the notion was writ large that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail. And it was that notion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu jumping bail that led to his rendition eventually. If there was no notion that he jumped bail, there wouldn't have been any bench warrant. The federal government, through the Attorney General, justified the rendition on the bench warrant that was issued by the Federal High Court in 2018, subsequent to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu taking a flight of safety out of Nigeria. So, given that, the bench warrant was issued pursuant to the notion that he jumped bail. And now that we have a judgment saying, in effect, that he took a flight of safety to save his life from the attack that was levied against him, you can now say categorically that the legal import of this judgment is that he didn't jump bail, so he deserves reinstatement of his bail or granting of a new bail. So that bench warrant is by implication cancelled. It probably just requires a little bit of a motion in court to cancel the bench warrant relating back, because the basis for the bench warrant has been obliterated judicially. Jumping bail takes some act of voluntariness, but this ruling, this judgment of the Abia State High Court has said that Nnamdi Kanu being out of the jurisdiction and fleeing from Nigeria was involuntary. It was what lawyers call force majeure. It's an act that was beyond his contemplation and control. So to that extent, the criminal court in Abuja has become amenable to considering this new set of facts, to considering this judgment in terms of considering whether Nnamdi Kanu deserves his bail to be reinstated or whether he deserves a new bail. It's my considered view that he deserves for his bail to be reinstated or new bail. And talking about reinstatement, his bond is still in place. You know, he had 3 sureties, and those sureties are still in place. The bond has not been revoked. There is still presumably 300 million naira in the registry of the Federal High Court. So what he just required is a court order that the bail is hereby reinstated, and that's it, and it walks free. This is not the unconditional release that we are also demanding. But at least as far as him being in detention is concerned, this judgment will have the impact of seeing to it that he is released on a new bond or the pre-existing bond. Thank you.
Thank you, Barrister. You barristers, when you are trying to convey your message, we try to understand it, but some of the legal grammar makes us not to understand it. So let me try to break it down. You let me know if what I'm saying is in sync with what you're saying. So what I think you're telling us is that the main reason that the government of Nigeria, through the Attorney General, is the main reason they are holding on to be able to try to rendition Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the fact that he jumped bail. That is what they are holding. That's what is their reason. But now, with this judgment that you obtained against the federal government of Nigeria, where the judge is saying that he did not even jump bail in the first place, this judgment actually nullifies whatever reason upon which I don't like this man, that's why I don't remember his name, under which he is acting. It nullifies it completely. And so it will now mean that they will have to cancel whatever they are doing right now, bring him back to status quo of somebody who has been granted bail, and he should now attend to whatever cases he has in that status of somebody who is free to come to court whenever he is asked to come to court. Now, having said that, let me even go back a little bit and ask you, explain to us, is there any reason that Nigerian government had to go and attack Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in the first place? Did he refuse to go to court? Why would they go to his house and begin to attack him in the first place?
Well, when this matter broke in court in Abia State, the government side filed a lot of processes, and they tried to convince the court that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was engaged in some kind of illegal activity in Afaruku, Ibeko, Abia State, at his home. That was their case in chief, that there was some kind of criminal or terrorist activity going on. That was what they were telling the court, but the court didn't believe them. Pure and simple, because if you believe some criminal activity was afoot, the Nigerian Constitution didn't say that you should roll out your armed forces, deploy them with heavy weapons to the location. There is a process. There's a procedure. Under Section 217 of the Nigerian Constitution, the armed forces, the role of the armed forces in internal security operations or law enforcement operations is restricted. It's the Nigerian police that has most, if not all, of the internal law enforcement roles in Nigeria. So if they felt that some criminal activity was ongoing, they should have just probably invited the police to go and investigate. And because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was already under the judicial process, they probably should have sought a court order giving them the authority to search the premises and to arrest people on the premises and bring them to book. I mean, nobody is saying that they don't have that right. They have the right to do that. But they didn't do all that. They did not. The third option was for them to approach the High Court to revoke his bail, that he was engaged in conduct that was in breach of his bail. They didn't do that. These are all the procedures recognized by law in the Federation of Nigeria. They didn't do all of that. So, but they resorted to the illegal and unconstitutional and the draconian aspect. The worst complexion of government is when the government turns rogue. So they went rogue. They went on a rogue operation. That it was the state that levied this violence does not make it good. It doesn't make it legal. It's a rogue operation. That's what the court is saying. You shouldn't have done that. And when you did it, the man took off to save his life, and you pursued him all the way to Kenya and renditioned him. So now that you've done all that and the court has made a final determination that what you did is wrong, it relates back to cure every wrong that they had put on the head of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu over this matter. So it's not only that the bail ought to be reinstated. You're going to be reinstating his bail, and you're going to be saying to him, I am so sorry. And you're going to be giving him 1 billion. I mean, it goes as far as it can go. So a sensible government will latch on this as a new opportunity to look at this whole matter anew and ask itself, where have we gone wrong? Are we above the law? Even if we're the government, are we above the law? Where have we gone wrong with this matter of the agitation for Biafra? So when they ask themselves questions like that, tough questions like that, perhaps it will lead to a seismic shift in policy away from viewing the Biafran agitation as a criminal activity to viewing it as, or to viewing it for what it is, a right of a people to self-determination that is not supposed to be criminalized, but is supposed to be engaged constructively and politically. Thank you.
You know what baffles people like baffles people like me and people who identify with the Biafran struggle in general is that the federal government has clearly stated by all that is unfolding that maybe they've not told us the reason why they actually went after Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I think the whole thing is shrouded in a mystery that is fueled by hate, pure hate. Because whereby your reason for going after him is the fact that you claimed that there was some criminal activity going on there. Suddenly, in every other thing they are saying, after they could not kill him, they didn't, because when you say there was criminal activity, we're expecting that when they go there, they will discover bombs, they will discover guns. But what they discovered and what they said was that they were attacked by, the only evidence they had was stones. They say the people that they killed there, even before they went the second day, they said those people threw stones at them. I never heard them say that they discovered guns and arms and ammunition. And now we're no longer hearing about that. What we're now hearing is that he jumped bail. That's why they went there. So it's still, that's an area I would want people, because if we're able to prove that area, then we would also let the whole world clearly see that the federal government institutes aggression against Nnamdi Kanu and by extension people of Biafra as a result of pure hatred for, you just want a reason to go there and kill them. Because the reason you went there for, you're no longer parading it anymore. You're not talking about him jumping bail. So that's one thing I really want to point out, and a clear shortfall from all that has happened and this judgment that you got. Now, my next question for you, Barrister, is why should we be hopeful? Why should we be hopeful knowing that in the past, the federal government has flouted court orders? They don't have respect for court orders. What should we hold on to believe that this time around they will obey the court order?
Well, first of all, my brother, your analysis of this situation is spot on. You got it all right. But let me add that, you see, a court does not make pronouncements on emotions, hearsay, street talk, gossip, rumors. A court makes pronouncements on the basis of evidence that has been put before that court. So this very court in Abia State, I was able to put sufficient evidence before the court to prove that the government had no legal justification whatsoever for being there with their armed forces. And when the government side tried to contradict my evidence by showing that some kind of criminal activity was going on there, of course, I made references to these stones and everything, and I challenged them to show the court that even a single cutlass or a machete was found at location, but none. So that led the court to conclude in the judgment, which I'm going to send to you, that the army, the Nigerian army, set out, I'm almost paraphrasing the judge, that the Nigerian army set out to terminate the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So there's a judicial pronouncement now that the sole purpose of that very military operation was to take the life of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, nothing else, not even to intimidate him or to do some kind of a senseless show of force.
So, Barrister, right? Yeah, I can hear you. Just a quick one.
Should
there.
I continue?
So, hold on 1 second. I have to add this. So, I am expecting that it looks like we should be filing a case against the Nigerian government for attempted murder of Nnamdi, attempting to murder Nnamdi Kanu. Shouldn't we be filing a case against them, maybe in the international court or somewhere, a case of attempted murder?
There are a lot of things, a lot of actions that will ensue from the parameters of this judgment. A lot of them, I will not be comfortable in discussing them in the media because I consider them to be within the province of attorney-client confidential relationship, and maybe also a matter of legal strategy that should not be a matter that should be in the public discourse. So,
I understand.
Now, as you pointed out, there are a whole lot of the judgment has opened a new vista, new opportunities. As I tweeted subsequent to the judgment, I tweeted that the judgment has opened new legal opportunities, and of course, as going forward, those new opportunities will unfold by themselves and become clearer to the general public. But the fact has been made, as you said, that the Nigerian government was on a mission of extrajudicial murder. And that's just simple. As simple as that. It's undeniable now. And that, yes, should come with some countervailing consequences, if not domestically, but internationally. Okay, so
Barrister,
going to your question, which I think relates to I've forgotten what it relates to. I'm sorry. I've gone so far afield that I forgot what the kernel of the question was.
No. It's
remind me, please.
No. You're doing justice to it. You're doing justice to it. I actually want to move ahead because your explanation is okay. The point else that I wanted to, I was going to, the question was, why should we be hopeful that a federal government that is used? But I want to join to that. I want to join to that. Hold on. Before you go on, sir.
Should I continue?
Hold on.
Should I continue?
Hold on, sir, and hear this one so that you can join them. The question that I want you to join to that one as you're answering it is that people feel that court is a small court in Abia State, and there is a big matter in Abuja. So why should we take no. So explain to us.
No.
Yes,
okay. I got you. Let me take it. It's not that people feel it is a mischief. It's a mischievous proposition. The people that feel this way know that all the high courts in Nigeria are equal. State high court and federal high court are equal. They are called courts of coordinate jurisdiction. Any order issuing from a state high court is equal to order issuing from the federal high court and vice versa. As a matter of fact, constitutionally speaking, state high courts have wider jurisdiction than federal high courts. But there are mischief makers, the same set of people who had tried to scuttle this lawsuit, the same set of people who had tried to criticize it. I noticed their imprint in social media. They are the same people that are saying this is a small court, smaller to the one in Abuja. So they are trying to down the spirit of Biafrans out there that this very victory is no victory at all, that is from a small court. That's a lie. It's a propaganda coming from the enemy. And the enemy will not, the enemy has sufficient friends amongst people that pretend to be Biafrans or pretend to be members of IPOB. So that's what's happening here, my brother, is a mischief. They are mischief makers. The judgment has no less effect than a judgment issuing from a federal high court. Thank you.
And having said that, I think it is time. I'm still holding myself back, just like the barrister said. There are certain actions that are not publicized, in the media, but those actions will continue, in spite of what some people that claim to be sympathizers of the Biafran mission, people within the camp will go outside and be claiming or publicizing mischievously that this judgment is useless, trying to play politics with something as important as this. Why are you trying to win? Why don't you go and face the enemy outside? You want to shine, you want to look good by demeaning the importance of this judgment. I am holding myself from coming full blown out because I think it is a distraction. People want every other person to just keep fighting and gossiping and doing all that. I'm going to hold myself a lot from that. Barrister, my next question is, what are our expectations going forward? You talked about it a little bit, but I want to know what we are expecting this judgment to do to the case that is going on in Abuja and to other cases that are out there, and what the federal government is doing, their incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, their declaration of IPOB as a terrorist organization, the arrests that they are making, because this is all built on a foundation that we now see your judgment, the judgment you obtain, collapse. Your judgment has actually, I use your judgment in quotes, your judgment that we obtained at Abia State has collapsed the foundation upon which all these actions were premeditated. So what are our expectations going forward?
Well, okay, let me start with Kenya. Assuming for Kenya is denying complicity. You are aware, right?
Yes, I know.
Is denying complicity to this day. But assuming that there was some level of complicity in Kenya, but they have taken the position of official deniability, the Lucrease of Kenya, the law firm that is handling this matter before the Kenyan High Court, will use this judgment to demonstrate that, listen, look, the individual you thought was a criminal or that was a fugitive was someone that was running for his life. He came to Kenya to seek refuge, and you allow this type of thing to happen to him. It's more like someone who escaped, a rape victim who escaped from his rapist and sought refuge somewhere. And the person that is supposed to give him refuge just took him back to the rapist. So from the Kenyan angle, if assuming that the Kenyan government is involved or is proven that is involved, this very judgment is going to lead to some kind of a diplomatic role with Nigeria. They are going to be telling Nigeria, oh, listen, you told us he was a rogue. You told us that he jumped bail. You told us that this, you told us that. But look at what you tried to do to him. Oh, so you tried to kill him, and he escaped to Kenya, and he came over here and lied to us. That is one impact. The second impact is in relation to Britain, Nnamdi Kanu's country or nationality. So Britain as well, and of course, British authorities have expressed strong interest in the judgment. So those people that are playing mischief makers, they are going to be disappointed when the impacts begin to show in the public. So the British authorities now have a judicial pronouncement that puts the lie to the propaganda the Nigerian government has put out there since 2017 that Nnamdi Kanu is a fugitive from justice, that is John bail. So with British government, the judgment is going to go a lot of miles in its engagement with the Nigerian authorities in terms of seeking ways of asserting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's rights as a British national. Then with respect to the core case in Abuja, the criminal trial itself, the criminal trial is sui generis. It's standing on its own, but it is subject to whatever is happening around it. And one of the things that has happened around it is the judgment. The parties in the criminal trial are the same parties in that very lawsuit in Omaya, in Abia State. In Abuja, it is Federal Republic of Nigeria versus Nnamdi Kanu. In Abia State, it's Nnamdi Kanu versus Federal Republic of Nigeria. So it's a case of musical chair. So while the federal government has Nnamdi Kanu in Abuja as a defendant, I had them in Omaya as a defendant. Do you understand? So there's no running away from what happened in Abia State, because the lawyers now in Abuja, of which I'm a special counsel, so there's no way that argument will not come up. Osekome is going to go to town with it. The details you will know later on. The court would know, of course, what happened in a sister court, a court of equal rank within Nigeria. The court will be aware, the court will be made aware, and the court will be requested by motion and by application to consider the consequences of that very judgment on the criminal trial in Abuja. Not really the consequences on guilt or innocence, but consequences on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's freedom in the interim. Do you understand? I don't want to mislead the public. What happened in Abia State did not go as far as exculpating Nnamdi Kanu from the pronouncement of guilt or innocence over those charges that were pending from 2015. Do you understand? So, but the judgment has direct effect on whether he remains in detention or not. Thank you.
That is perfectly understood. That's perfectly understood. And now let me talk a little bit about your relationship with why don't you put your phone on speaker? maybe your phone is not on speaker. Are you sure? Put your phone on speaker.
Well,
Let's just...
going
Can you
back
hear
to
me
put
now?
it on speaker,
Yeah.
I'm looking at a couple of things
Yeah.
on the screen here. There's no button that tells me I can do that. I have the mic. If I press
Uh-huh.
it, I'll mute
You don't,
you. I have the cam. I have cam stroke mic setting,
but you
and
don't
then I
have
have
speak.
chat, and
You
then
don't
I
have to
have
put
a
your phone
link.
on speaker. You don't
That's
have
it.
a speaker.
But the thing is that if you can hear me,
I can hear you.
because
Yes,
each
it's
time
okay.
you speak, I can hear you, so I have to press it to my
No
ear.
problem. No
But when
problem. No
I
problem.
answer you, I remove it from my ear. If you can hear my answer,
Yes,
that's
we
very
can hear your
important.
answer.
That's all we need.
We can hear
You
your
can hear
answer.
me, right?
Yes. We can
Okay.
hear you
All
very
right.
well. We can hear
So
you.
ask me your next question.
Okay, good. Now I want to know as much as you can tell us, because I don't expect you to tell us everything because of client confidentiality and also security issues and then content of court issues, but just to be able to clear the air and help to solve some riddle. What kind of access do you have with your client? And is he? Are you? I just want to paint a picture of the relationship you have, the relationship that exists between you and your client, and whether he's able to tell you some things, because there are some pronouncements that you have made on Twitter, and you always posting on social media. So I want to understand the relationship between you and your client, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And then from that, I will be able to understand why you are able to make some pronouncements. Oh, we have lost him. We have lost him. This has been a challenging interview, guys. It's been so challenging. We've had issues, but he's
Hello.
back. He's back. Yes, you're back. You're back,
Have you
sir.
finished with the question?
No, let me finish with the question. So, in brief, we just want to know the relationship between you and your client.
Can I go on now?
Yes, you can go on, sir.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that the relationship between me and my client is it supposed to be an issue?
Okay, let me
Is it
explain.
an
Let me
issue?
explain why. Let me explain why is that. Let me explain why I was asking
I
that
don't
question.
understand.
Recently, no, don't. I wanted you to paint a picture. So it's not actually for me, because there was a time you came and said that some people who were being accused of setting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu up, that no, these people are not, that they were being falsely accused. So someone like me understands the relationship between a legal counsel and his client. So I don't think you would come and make some pronouncements without having solid information, which could actually come as a result of your closeness to your client. That's a point I wanted to bring out. That's why I'm asking you this question.
Okay. Can
Because
I come in now?
yes, sir, you can come in.
Well, if anytime I emerge from conducting visitation with my client and I make a Twitter announcement and say that he told me this is what he told me to say, that's exactly what he told me to say. It's my duty as his counsel to carry his message to the general public, insofar as that message will not be injurious to his legal interests or to the legal interests of other people. So the issue of some people selling him out or whatever, it pained him so much that people very close to him were being accused by people that I believe can be deemed to be schizophrenic. And I think with hindsight now, a lot of people have made judgment for themselves that those accusations were schizophrenic accusations. They are out of tune with reality. It pained Nnamdi Kanu so much that the people he left behind to manage affairs of the organization, as far as I'm concerned, from your location and England and outside the shores of Nigeria, IPOB is a legal organization. It's not a criminal enterprise. So when I speak about IPOB, I'm speaking about the IPOB that it's not a criminal enterprise, not what the Nigerian government is attempting to say, that is a terrorist organization. So the IPOB, that is not a criminal enterprise, has an organogram. For that organogram, the head of it is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and being away, the next in line. If he says you are next in line, you are next in line. Do you understand what I mean? Myself as counsel, I don't have any opinion. Okay, so if he tells me to deliver a message, I do. And when he found out that the people he left next in line, his family members, and maybe one or two of his counsel or lawyers are being accused of all kinds of things, and his secretary, and he told me to deliver a message, and I did. So I don't know why people have a problem with that. Have some people gotten so sick in their minds that they cannot make sense of something that is just basic common sense? I visited my client, and he says, go and do an announcement. I wasn't the only one that did it. I think my other colleague followed suit a few days later. And he said they should leave those people alone. And he actually expected an apology. He expected us to report back to him that those who made those accusations took the accusations back, showed some public contrition, and apologized to the people that they sought to damage their reputation or they sought to blackmail. So that's the relationship I have with him. It's a relationship of trust. It's a fiduciary relationship. So if he gives me a message, I'll deliver that message without any fear or favor. Thank you.
Yes, sir. You see, it was important that I asked this question because there is absolute madness going on in IPOB and amongst Biafrans, that a lawyer will go to his client, in this case, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, he will come out and say, this is what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told me. Says he is upset that people are saying this about his secretary, about his brother. You will now come and say it, and some people will now insist that it is a lie. So if we can't believe that, I wonder what, that is absolute madness. And I just wanted you to clarify that, and I'm glad that you said it. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu hears what is going on, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu knows that some of it is crazy. But even when you've come out,
my brother, can I cut in?
Oh yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
There's actually, he said you characterized it well. It's pure madness. I believe one or two persons doing all these things might even be a schizophrenic and might be a candidate for some kind of medication. That's as bad as it is. But let me tell you this. There is a very strong fifth column. The enemy. The enemy has infiltrated the ranks. And you know the direction the enemy is coming from. And the enemy can be in bots and multiply, because this whole thing is on social media. So you have one bad guy with 100 bot accounts. So when he makes his out of this world allegations and all these things, he brings his 100 bot accounts to follow him and support him. It just takes one mad person and the whole thing will go viral. So the enemy cashed in somewhere along the line, and the enemy has taken control. But like you said previously, anybody that doesn't ignore this will be distracted from the business at hand. So I decided to ignore everything and keep my eyes on the ball. They attacked this lawsuit left, front, and center. How can a true member of IPOB, or someone who says he loves Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or loves the Igbos and Biafrans, and someone who believes that what happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in 2017 and what happened to him in Kenya last year was condemnable? How can such a person openly, publicly oppose a lawsuit that is seeking to have a judicial determination that will be in favor of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Anybody that comes out against that lawsuit regardless of how much love he expresses on social media for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or for Biafrans, is a liar. He's the enemy, pure and simple. So such a person is not supposed to be believed. How can you oppose your own lawyer? Your lawyer is filing something to protect your legal interest, and you're opposing him on social media. And you want me to believe that you're real? No, you are not real. I'm not going to pay attention to you. Those that believe that the legal engagement over this whole matter is in their best interest are in full support. So what I characterize as the faithful and the loyal and the hardcore and the sincere, they are solidly behind Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and they are solidly behind his legal defense and other forays and engagements that are directed at making this whole situation better. Those are the people, you look to that direction, you draw your strength. But then when I also look at the direction of the enemy and what they are doing, I draw superhuman strength. So I thank them so much for being so silly, because that was all the tonic I needed to be garnering all the victories that I'm yet to gather. More is to come. So haters, be ready to hate more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Barrister Ejimakor. There's a caller on the line. He has been waiting. So, caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling from, and pose your question.
Yeah, Dr. Shade, can you hear me very well?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you, Dr. Shade. You're doing a very good job. My name is Hugo. I'm calling from UK. I just want to use this opportunity to appreciate our able Barrister Aloy Ejimakor. You are one in a million.
Thank you.
I don't have any question. I just want to tell our lawyer something tonight so that in the ears of the listeners. But my lawyer, we, the IPOB, we know who we are. We cherish you. We don't want you to lose no focus. We know exactly what you are explaining. We know. We know where these people are coming from. We know exactly what they wanted you people to do. We know that they want to attack you people to lose focus. But being who you are, you guys are doing an amazing job. And I believe Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is very proud of you guys. Believe you me, the hardcore of IPOBs, this thing that is happening does not move us. What we are concerned about is how our leader, Onyendu, is going to be free, and he must be free. That is what we are asking for. But in terms of the people that is attacking you guys, they are not with IPOB. They are not IPOB members. Mazi Nnamdi, please.
Okay.
When you see our brother Ejiofor, direct this message to him as well, and all of you there, that you guys, IPOBs are with you guys. The people that is attacking you are not member of IPOB. These are the people we are fighting, and we'll make sure that we clear them off the road and tell our leader anytime you see him that we promise never to disappoint him. And let him know that DOS are with him, and DOS are fighting tooth and nail to make sure that he's being released. Please, thank you. This is what I have for you. And I want to let you know that Biafras are with you guys. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be free. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. I thank you, the caller. I thank you for your encouragement. Yes, you are correct. We should remain focused. We should not allow ourselves to be distracted. And by the glory of God, Elohim, I never allowed myself to be distracted. Thank you so much for your encouragement. Thank you.
All right, I have another caller, Bright Ibokwe. You're calling from USA. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much, Counsel Ejimakor, and kudos to you and all legal teams. I want to make a quick decision with respect to backward with the lacuna existing with IPOB, which Chidi knows I have already commented. The fact is that we, the Biafrans or the IPOB members, don't have a legal counsel who can advise them on certain things. And I have even volunteered, even comments, so that I'll be able to counsel them with respect to the law and then also morals. But they don't allow me to do that or don't care. Then the second one I want to make is that then the case with Umuahia case is a precedent to Abuja case and the Kenya case. And I wanted to know, from what you have said, I know as a legal representative that those it has a long way to go. But my question to you, Counsel Ejimakor, is this. Knowing fully well how Nigeria is, federal government is. For example, I always correspond with Dr. Chid, and I made mention of a devout Muslim can never, is always running contrary to democracy, which you know. Let me just give it that day. How would you, are you prepared to get the opposite from them? And if you have opposite from them, what will be your legal parameter? I'll let you respond.
Chidi.
Sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you, sir. I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. While I thank the last caller, I'm sorry to say that his voice was a bit muffled, but I figured he was trying to ask me two questions. Can you summarize the questions for me?
Yeah,
because I hear you better.
Yes, he just wanted to know if the federal, now there's a judgment, if they decide not to obey that judgment, what are your plans? What are you going to do? I guess that's the basic question, Bright Ibokwe.
Is there any other one?
Okay, so let him. Yeah. Okay, so that's the question. What would you do?
Well, okay. You see, as a lawyer, even in America or Canada, where you are, Chile, lawyers don't worry about whether judgments they secure from a court is going to be obeyed or not. Any lawyer that worries about it will be akin to somebody being concerned that if he crosses the street in the morning, he is going to be mowed down by a truck and then he won't cross the street. So what we do as lawyers, or what I do, my basic guiding principle, my motto is that we cross that bridge when we get to it. So when I was filing this lawsuit, there was a bit of discouraging voices from that direction. Oh, okay, you're filing a lawsuit. How are we sure if you win, that they are going to obey the order, obey the judgment? I ignored that. So it's not unique to Nigeria. It's not unique to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's a universal problem, especially in Nigeria. It's a genuine concern, but it's not something that I should allow myself to be to rise to the point of disabling the aggressiveness with which I intend to pursue this matter. So if there is some reluctance to obey the order or some aggression against the order coming from the way of the federal government, there are countervailing legal and judicial measures that I can also take within Nigeria and outside to compel obedience. So I'm not too worried about that for now. So like I said before, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. We have another caller on the line. Yes, caller on the line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, good evening, Dr. Shidi. My name is Obi Aloy Ejimakor. I'm calling from the state of Israel. Good evening, Barrister Aloy Ejimakor. Thank you very much. I have a question to ask, but if my question amounts to prejudice, you can know how to answer it. I read the prayers you prayed to the court. There are so many of them, but only the one that the court gives a good justice on our side is this awarding of 1 billion naira and exonerating our leader and all the rest. But the other ones, I don't know whether you can tell us the one they granted and the one they did not granted, and the reason they did not grant it. I read from some statement that the one talking about how they rendition him from Kenya, that is illegal. that the judge said that he doesn't have the right to decide what happened in Kenya. So my question now is, is this kind of judgment, is it going to affect the judgment in Abuja High Court, whereby the judge can say the same thing, that he doesn't have right to adjudicate on something that happened in Kenya? I don't know if you understand what I mean, because I'm not a advisor, so I don't know how to construct that question in order to convey what I wanted to ask. The judge in Abuja High Court must say the same thing this judge says now, that he don't have right to decide on something that happens in Kenya, because in the prayer in the court of Abuja, you guys are still asking the judge this same thing you're asking the judge from Abuja High Court.
Okay,
that's what I want to ask.
Okay,
right.
thank you, the caller from Israel. Let me say this. I want to correct one impression. This lawsuit or the judgment emanating from the High Court of Abia State is not the be-all and end-all of this case. You know, the matter of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the indigenous people of Biafra have several dimensions. There is the nationality question, which shall be settled ultimately between Nigeria and Britain at the diplomatic level. And I do believe some actions have been taken from Britain, by Britain. Some actions are ongoing. I'm privy to a lot of these actions. I received a report recently from the Bindmans in the UK as to the level of engagement the British government has done with the Nigerian government. I'm not satisfied that the British government is aggressive enough, but to say that they have gone to sleep would be a lie. There is also action emanating from the Kenyan side. It's before the Kenyan High Court, and these legal issues sometimes take time to settle, and some of them are so complicated that trying to unravel them in the public in an interview like this and to break it down and make everybody to understand it in simple parlance is a very difficult thing to do. It makes me feel like a law professor of some sort. But coming back to Nigeria, of course, you know, we have two main actions here. The one in Abia State has been concluded very quickly to the glory of Elohim. I think that is something we shouldn't lose sight of. I commenced this action on 27th August last year. That was 3 days before the court went on vacation on 4th September and returned from vacation around 3rd October. And that's when the court sat down, and began to give consideration to this lawsuit. So I really had to work very hard. I worked the system to death to try to get my matter to conclusion within as little time as possible. And it was concluded on December 10th. That is something we should celebrate. If you keep in mind that they renditioned Onyendu since June, and up to this moment, 7 months later, no progress has been made by the court in Abuja. And that's a travesty of justice. So, but in Abia State, I was able to conclude this at the speed of light compared to the snail speed with which the judicial process moves here in Nigeria. So that's a major victory in and of itself. So, but coming to the rendition, it's a very complex issue. It's also before the court in Abuja. If you remember, as far back as 7 July, if you Google it, I fired the first salvo on this extraordinary rendition. Some people have said that I was the one that put it in the public consciousness. Yes, and I claim that if it's true, but I wasn't the one that developed the theory of extraordinary rendition. It's in the laws of the international community, and Nigeria is truly is in the laws of Nigeria. I don't know if the Attorney General is aware of it. So I was only merely bringing attention to an existing law, but a lot of people were not aware of. So Nigerian media was reporting extradition. I said, no, this is rendition, extraordinary rendition, and it's illegal. It's criminal. It's a crime by the state. and there's going to be trial within trial. Some people were like, what the heck is he talking about? Trial within trial. And within a space of a month, I showed them what a trial within trial meant. What I meant by that is that if you're going to be trying Nnamdi Kanu in court in Abuja, based on his rendition, I'm going to find some court where I'm going to put you on trial. And I put them on trial, and I won. A life issue court is still a life issue before the Federal High Court in Abuja. And that matter hopefully will be taken up on 16 February as a motion challenging the jurisdiction of the court to proceed with this trial based on the rendition. The law says that before a court can competently sit in judgment or determination over a matter, all the features conferring jurisdiction on that court must be met. In this very matter of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the feature that is lacking is extradition. So it's our argument, our considered position that robs the court of jurisdiction. And I hope we will prevail. Thank you. Hello?
Sorry, I was muted.
Hello?
I'm okay now. So thank you so much.
Have you lost me?
No. I can hear you clearly. I hope you can hear me.
When are we going to end this? Because
we are ending it in the next 5 minutes.
So we don't get into diminishing imaginary
return. Yes. We're ending it in 5 minutes. There's a caller on the line. Please go ahead, caller on the line, and then that will be our last call for the day. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Dr. Chidi. This is I'm calling from Germany. I want to thank our barrister Aloy Ejimakor for his resolute. But there's something that is bothering me, which I need to let it out. Our barrister was on I think it was a conference or a meeting organized by the sister of our leader. When Prince Mandela, one of the legal counsel, was asked about what happened on the 2nd of I think February or 2nd of December, when people believed that our leader will be appearing in court, without the public knowing that it was an application filed, not our leader coming to the court. And so journalists was in the court, everything there. Our lawyer, Ejimakor, refused to correct that lawyer. And I don't know if that lawyer was deliberately sabotaging or misleading the public, that our leader was not to come to the court. It was only application filed, the hearing of application. So our lawyer, Ejimakor, was there as our expert, refused to correct the public, to tell them that it wasn't it wasn't a Mazi Nnamdi Kanu case appearance, rather application. That's why the journalist was allowed to the court, no police, no harassment. So of that purpose, this has caused a lot of things, and people were not happy with Aloy Ejimakor and that lawyer called Prince Mandela. Please, what do you have to say about this?
I don't understand. I didn't understand him. Chidi, I heard him mentioning the name of another lawyer, Barrister Mandela, who I think he said he appeared on the show. I don't know what the issue was. What was his issue? Can you let me know what he was trying to say?
I don't fully understand, but I've learned my lesson from past interviews, so I'm going to hold back on my own opinion. But what he's saying is that he is upset that on a certain day that an impression was made that Nnamdi Kanu was supposed to be in court, And that day, it was just an application that was made. And so journalists came to court. So he is upset that people were misinformed. And he and the people he believed are upset are still...
Who misinformed?
He is accusing...
People were upset with me.
Yes, he said they're upset with you, so he wants you to clear the air here. He believes that you knew, or that some other lawyer knew, and you didn't say anything about it. So he's still upset and wants you to...
Oh my God!
Talk about it.
Chede.
Sir.
Chede.
Sir.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you, sir. I can hear you, sir. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you, sir.
Okay.
We can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yes.
You see, this is why you probably in your next show you need to be screening calls or whatever. I mean, I don't see how relevant this question is.
It's okay, Barrister Ejimakor. It's okay, Barrister. What I also try to do is I had to
over whether Mazi should be brought to court or not. The Nigerian...
Anyway, guys, you see what I tried to do? I said I will hold back my opinion, because the last time I had Kanunta here, you people will notice what is happening. The main issue here is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as we speak, is under incarceration. Now, when we call, like, no question is stupid, and I respect the caller for calling into my program. But I would have loved more if our questions are directed at what will make Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out. Now, you see, going back to frivolities, you're not even sure, but now you're upset that Ejimakor, somebody said, somebody didn't say. Now, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu didn't come to court. He didn't come to court. Okay, you know that it was an application. It was an application. Unless there's something else you're insinuating, now you just say it. But it takes me a long time. Listen, my brother. Listen now, listen. This is my show. You don't know how much it took for me to invite this person here. You don't know what they had to set aside to make this thing happen. And these are people who are very, very busy. He's such a big lawyer. And then he comes and he wants to explain something that we don't understand. And your biggest issue is that you maybe you want an apology for telling you that. So you see, if I didn't let you ask this question, they will still go around there and say, I arranged with Ejimakor not to let you ask it. Maybe he's already upset and he's not coming back to my show. You see? So next time, okay, thank God. Next time you see me, I don't take some questions. It's because there are serious things we want to get to. As I'm speaking with you, you are free. I am free. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is locked up somewhere. So should we be focusing our attention on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu being there and how he will come out and gain his freedom, or should we be focusing our attention on somebody trying to distract us and answer a question of what he doesn't even know what you're talking about? So please, let's be more serious when we come to this thing. Barrister, please, I want you to talk to us as we conclude the program. What you want us to do as people who are supporting you guys. What are the kind of things you need to see from us to actually encourage you guys in what you're doing? I know a lot of what you're doing, and I know you cannot tell us everything. There's something called contempt of court, and you have been hired to defend your client and to defend an organization. It's not everything. You have your strategies too. We don't just come on social media and talk like people who don't have... I don't know what's wrong with Biafrans and Igbo people are supposed to be wise now, but now we just... I tire with the kind of things I hear us say and the kind of things I hear us do. I said, is it still us? So, sir, on a closing note,
it's a pity.
It's a big pity. And to the people that I'm even hearing it, some carry my name and they are talking about me in their program and they want me to respond to them. Some of you, I won't even give you that. Why? So that I engage with. I'm more concerned in what will make Mazi come out of that place. You're busy just running mad. You think if somebody's running mad and you run mad with them, people won't even know which of you is a madman.
Chede,
Sir.
thank you for bringing me on. You asked a very good question in terms of what you can do to support all Biafrans out there. We need your moral support. Chede, what you're doing is a whole lot of support. This type of thing goes the mileage. That is why I obliged you when I was requested to appear, because I think it provides a very good opportunity to inform the public as to the progression of the case, as to the limitations that we have. As someone says that when you don't say you need prayers, then nobody will pray for you. We need prayers. Then we do the action here. So we need moral support. We're not asking for finances. That is out of the way. Nobody will do that. All we need is moral support. We need less distractions. And we need our people to be very smart. Eternal vigilance is the price of liberty. We need to stop the small issues and chase the big issues. And for those who understand the Igbo, biko ụmụnne ọ bụghị anyị buru anụ efi n'azụ anyị were ọkpa na-achụ anụ ejuna. Shine your eyes. I don't know why this small issue should be perturbing us when our leader, the greatest leader that has come out of Igbo land since Odumegwu Ojukwu, is in detention. And we're talking about some lawyers said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would come to court. He didn't come to court, and therefore Aloy Ejimakor is to be blamed, while another lawyer's name was being mentioned. What kind of craziness is this? We don't need this kind of distraction. If somebody said you people to do this, tell those people that this thing won't work. Igbos love themselves. If we don't love ourselves, why did we prosecute a civil war or a defense against genocide for 3 long years? Let us show that love, intelligence, determination, awareness of our environment, and the big heart every Igbo man has to chase big dreams, big ideas. No be small ideas. Let's be big boys and big girls and put a positive spin on this very predicament so that the whole thing will percolate and lead to a groundswell of international and national goodwill towards our direction and the direction of our leader and our client, my client, who is languishing in a detention facility. So the very goal at hand right now is to get him out. And then the second goal is to show that he did nothing wrong. He should be discharged and acquitted. And then the third goal, or somewhere in between, is to get out every Biafran who is languishing in detention anywhere in Nigeria and to prove their innocence. So those are the things on the plate. Those should be our agenda, not he said, she said, he said, she said. Please, Igbos are bigger than this, Biafras are bigger than this. I thank you all for listening, and I thank Chede for bringing me on. And Chede, any other time you want me to come on, let me know. I will oblige you. You are one hell of a good guy. You're a good moderator. But let me ask you one favor. Please try to have me on in the afternoons, because Africa is a dark continent for real, and Nigeria is the giant of Africa. So it's a one big giant dark country. So he tried to bring me on in the afternoon so that people can see my face. You know, when I look at my face, I'm scared of my face. When I look at my face, I'm so scared because it's so dark. So Chidi, on that good note, let us say good night here from here, and thank you so much. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Barrister Ejimakor. Ladies and gentlemen, that was the special counsel to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and he has just won a very important judgment concerning the case that he filed against the Nigerian government. I have a caller on the line. We'll continue. Hello, caller on the line. Barrister Ejimakor is not here, but go ahead and ask your question.
Yes. Yes, Dr. Chid, I'm still watching. I know our able barrister has left you. I just want to say something before you call it a day, my brother. Please, am I allowed?
Yes, you are allowed. But before you say
Right.
before you say something, I just want our people to know, if you have been a follower of my program, you will understand. You will understand how I am. But because of what is happening out there, some people are mischievous. They come and paint a certain picture, they come and say something that is not, and they carry that message. Because of their mischief, they start carrying it all over the place. So I just normally I will not even have allowed this guy to call, because I know whenever people gather, the other people will also gather. So when we leave, and anybody who leaves the central matter by the way we talk, say, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. When you tell us where you are going to, we'll know where your heart is. So this is one of the last time. Shebi, you see what happens when I try to change. I'm not going to change anymore. I'm going to be myself. So in the subsequent interviews I'm going to do, I'll come back to myself, because this thing of just trying to do what people think, it doesn't help. It doesn't help. I'm going to focus on my thing and do it the way I do it. So call on the line. Go ahead and make your point.
Thank you very much, my brother, Dr. Chid. You just nailed it very well. And there's something I need to say, Chede. I believe you may. Is sometime. How am I gonna put it? I just don't want to get angry, because I'm a man. I always get this. In fact, my anger. If I want to get anger, I destroy things. But you see what is happening now? I try to hold myself. You said, yes, this is exactly what our leader have been preaching us, that is going to happen. And we're beginning to see. You see, I want to tell you that, you see, the attack of our leaders, our lawyers, don't see it as something, maybe they don't like them or something like that. No. Chidi, if I apply to me, I'll call you privately and let you know, tell you some things. Because there's some things we need to let people to know exactly what is going on. Because you see this daft, like that guy, that person that called you, Chede, we have daft who left Nigeria, come to Europe, and then we think that these people are going to learn. Little do we know that the people living back home are more educated than these fools that live in Europe. I am telling you the gospel truth. I prefer somebody who is a Palm-1 tapper coming out here to ask Barrister Ejimakor question than that fool, because they're idiots. We know where they are coming from. We, like as I said to you, we IPOB, we are strong. There is anything they bring, we fight it. We know what they are. We know exactly where they are going. Anytime they see our people that is doing a good job, they try to attack them. We know. There's something I would have said here, but I don't want to say it.
No, it's not. See, my brother. Let me explain to people what is happening. Are we not as intelligent as we are supposed to be? I am asking
people, say, and elders, are you sure? Are you sure the really Igbo people, did not during the Civil War, that genocide? I've been asking people.
Echekwa m na ndị Igbo na-asị na ama anya alọrọ alọ na anya elele anya. Echekwa m na asị na atụ ọlụ ofelu ofebanye isi n'ọfịa, mana atụ ọlụ nwa ọma ọmalụ. Kezi ka anyị ga-esi na-apụtazi ndị Igbo nwa na-asị ndị akpa uche, ndị sense. It's so shameful. It's so shameful. Ọ bụrụ ife niile ka a na-asa, ndị Igbo jugide jupụta. Ịmara na onye na-ajụgị ụdị ajụjụ a na nwannụnụ ka m bịa, my brother, ka m bịa. Ịmara na nwannụnụ na-agba egwu n'ilo na o nwere ihe na-etili ya ịgba n'ime ọfịa. Sorry, please, I'm speaking Igbo, because this thing has that you hear somebody keep quiet and not follow in this madness. You think it's because we don't know how to be mad? Aren't we the people that say that? What do they say? That mechanic uniform doesn't let us know who is a madman again. Come on now, this thing has a time limit. Wow.
Dr. Chidi, for these people now attacking IPOB and their lawyers. And when a huge of money that was dished out by the government. I am telling you the gospel truth. So, why are you very surprised you want to be with and that's a strategy? I want to say, we are not spending more than here. But more than I that now when I go, Nigerian government, you want Doma, Egyptian attack here. You want that's when you should have going in the Ganga Bay. But I want to use the one. He had many. But he had a better Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but I will join your power because I will play some food, I will play some food the Nunu. So far the Nunu here and I watch again. And when he gave there's nothing you can say.
Not at the hand. See, when my mom would cheat in a we have. Oh, we hope for the man, I'm put an eye handle for the Neku. Na handle for the Bodoraka. When I may I just pity these people. I just pity you. I just pity. No question, no, I need you, Joe. Sorry, I just started speaking Igbo. Sorry, what I mean is there are things I know. And when I see some people go out online and say what they are saying, I have moved from being angry to just laughing. Because some things are just pure madness, just complete pure madness. Even when somebody's counsel, somebody's lawyer has gone to visit the person, and after visiting the person made a pronouncement. You that you say you are a follower of that, you turn around and say, no, I don't believe that, unless the person comes out by himself and tells you. That's when I know that it is pure mad. That's your case is over. No, your case is over.
Narrative. That was the narrative.
Exactly. Now,
to people.
Why am I? No, your case is over. Because if you say that that's the only time that's why I asked that question direct, because people accuse me. The reason I don't ask some questions is because I know. So, but sometimes I now realize that, no, I need to ask the question, no matter how foolish it sounds. That's why I asked Aloy Ejimakor, come on now, somebody used money, Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB, and whoever else is involved, you use money to go and get a lawyer to defend you. Is it not you that will be communicating with the lawyer 100%? So now you that is a third party, you that is not close to happenings, you now start saying something to the point it gets to the ear of this person who is directly involved, who is the one paying the lawyer, and he now gives a message to you through this person, and you now say you don't even believe it. You are a very mischievous person.
Dr. Chidi, you see some of these people they claim they're following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They are all fake from the pit of hell. They are fake, and we are beginning to identify them. You know my happiness? We are beginning to identify them. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will come out and see all this video and see all this madness.
My brother, let me tell you something. You're talking. Let me give you a little secret. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not. Go and say that Dr. Chidi told you this. He's not waiting to come out and see the videos. He sees it. You see, all you people, let me just tell you, all you people that are broadcasting and saying things, he sees it. The only thing is that, sometimes, let me give you a small Igbo proverb. Go and tell somebody to explain it.
Exactly.
So the reason why you are not getting some responses now, the proverb is that sometimes it's good for the wind to blow so that we'll go see the nyash of the hen. But the reason why we are not talking about it is that we have not seen the nyash very, very well. So they're allowing the breeze to blow more. Do you understand? They're allowing the breeze to. And some people, I will say this and I'll let you talk, my brother. And some of you that you have been looking and asking and wanting to know people see no and they see an apple. As you they look now, so your neck they come out. So continue to they look. Because before now only your ear, your nose, where they see, they don't even know say na you. But as you they talk now, we don't see your mouth. They begin to see your face. Very soon we are seeing your whole body. So that when that thing lands, there's enough proof and evidence, and you will not be able to wriggle because you know you're very slimy. When we catch you now, you wriggle away. But by the time they catch you, that time you go carry now okra where you go carry bath. You can't even deny it. Go ahead, my brother.
Dr. Chedi, do you know the worst part of it? You see, our lawyer, Ejiofor, have escaped assassination many times, not one, not twice, many times. His family house and his relatives that surrendered him, the house, their property has been raised down by Nigerian government. It didn't end there. The guy stood up and said that he will defend Mazi Nnamdi Kanu no matter what, even though if he takes his life. It didn't end there. This guy keep fighting. Little did they know, they still went back to his house again. The CCTV were there, captured when they came in, and they went to his house. Luckily, how he got up from that place, nobody knows. Even today, I was even shocked how he managed to escape that assassination. Only God knows. They went in there, they took his brother, took some of them, took his peer, drove him with the car, Ejiofor car, went outside somewhere along the road in Anambra, killed the guy and burned him live. These are the things these lawyers have passed through. These lawyers you see. And somebody sitting his ass in Europe start criticizing this our
you should come and explain to him. You should come and explain. See, honestly, I believe you. These people are set up. Because by the way you're talking now, do you understand? Do you understand? By the way you're talking, it doesn't add up. You should ask the lawyer why that day he told them that his application, but he made the. So who are you defending? You're defending the journalist. The journalist now came, no security, so that made people to be angry with the. You see it's just like somebody that they bought credit for him and told him just go there and say something. Just say something that will make people not like the lawyer. But anyway, I'm glad he had his chance to talk. And my brother, thank you so much for calling in.
Dr. Ch, thank you very much. All I say to you, keep doing what you are doing. I want you to know that we IPOB, we do something the whole world we look at and say, so these guys are really carrying out what they were saying they're going to do.
I know.
Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be free. We are not saying it. We are not begging anybody. We are not begging Nigerian government. All I'm saying tonight that we have promised Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that we are not going to disappoint him. We will make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu comes out, and whoever comes our way, Kelly. Let me make it clear.
Rapo.
Yes. We are just let our people and thereby understand their energy. I have with the main freedom.
That's why I am really concerned. I don't know whether it's mobile. Maybe mobile phone is entering people's brain. They are acting different. Have they forgotten what this whole thing is all about? Do you think this is children? Do you think this is child's play? Do you think this is child's play? People are doing it like social media. Do you think it's social media? Honestly, I am very, very shocked too. You think it's social media? All the freedom fighters, you think they are joking? Nnamdi Kanu, they are leaving their family. You think they are joking? You think you just come and betray everybody, go on social, you think they will let you go free from wherever you are, Europe or anywhere? You just stand there and be doing what you're doing. I think they will let you go. Anyway, like I said, people like me, I will still control myself. You won't push us into doing what you are doing. We will not be part of this madness. Okay, we will not be part of it at all. Let me plug my phone and then come and end this thing. What do you will not? Sorry, let me plug my phone. So we will not be part of this madness. Okay, we will not be part of this madness at all. You want to push us to talk a certain way. You want me and you to be, when you just push one word or one idea out there in public to test, then you come and pull back and you want us to jump debate. You want us, we are smart now. You think it's everything you put out there that we will jump at? No, people are busy. Busy people don't have time for these things. No, people are busy. Look at how this lawyer, when he was going to file this suit, I know some of you claim that he was wasting his time. You say this thing this man is doing is foolish, rubbish. It will not amount to anything. You are there. He got a judgment. That's the same thing that happens to Omoyele Sowore. I am a member of the Take It Back movement. I'm a member of Revolution Now movement. Somebody wants to, okay, I will stay a little bit and let people talk if you want to talk. And I know as an insider what is going on there. Every time you say Sowore is wasting his time. Why is Sowore doing this? Why is Sowore doing that? It is actually those of you who are paid agents of the government. We know you through your chief madam Loretta Onochie. I know some of you, they pay you. You just come and just, once you see any post, you just go there. And there are things that are called BOTs. They are robots. These robots are not human beings. They just go and feed them with different things. Don't you notice that some people, do you see that one guy that was answering a question? He answered it like 5 times. He posted like 5 times. Some of them are not human beings, so some of them are robots. You just program a lot of answers. Like you say, Nnamdi Kanu is a foolish man, and Nnamdi Kanu is a fool. Nnamdi Kanu will rot in jail. Nnamdi Kanu this. Just program all of those questions, and anywhere they see that, like this program now, they just release them in that. All their job is just keep attacking you, keep attacking. That's why you just, some people keep attacking. You think they're a human being. If you go and follow them, now you and robot, they fight too. You're fighting with a robot. I hope you know that. All right. So DOS betrayed Mazi. As for me, I'm 100% for Sowore. I can never betray Sowore. If any member of TIB tries to sell Sowore, I don't care about the structure. I will fight them. ROES, no talk like that. So you don't know. You don't know at all. If DOS betrayed Nnamdi Kanu would have told his lawyer. Nnamdi Kanu came through his lawyer and he says DOS is still his structure. DOS is still Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's structure. Don't you get it? Don't you understand? This is a structure through which this man is operating. He also operates through so many ways. If you are a member of TIB, you should also know that people have betrayed Sowore. Don't you know? Don't you know? Why are you sounding like it's strange? Don't you know the battles we are fighting inside TIB? So it's everywhere. In fact, what is happening in TIB should help you understand what is happening in IPOB. What is happening in Take It Back movement? What is happening with Revolution Now? What is happening with African Action Congress? You were there, Koro. Somebody took money from Wike and sold out our party. They conspired with INEC, conspired with a judge. Are you not in Nigeria? Didn't you see it happen? So it's not strange. In fact, it is that experience that is helping some of us sound the way we sound, because we have an experience. We know how these things work. So I beg. So did they allow journalists in last Nnamdi Kanu? Do you still believe Mandela said the truth? Did they allow journalists in? See, you people are conspirators. You people are conspiracy. Okay, is that all you heard? All you heard is that they allowed journalists, not allowed. What is the conspiracy theory here? Can somebody help me understand? Can somebody help me what the theory is? Because that's how you will go. Somebody will go in their broadcasts, their useless broadcasts, and go there and be saying, you know, what we are saying is that If this one happened, then this one is not, and you believe it. The same, how about tell me that somebody is trying to kill Omoyele Sowore? Did you see somebody try to kill Omoyele Sowore with a knife? Explain to me how it has to do with Nnamdi Kanu. Are you not worried about that? Are you not worried about that Nigerian government was trying to kill Sowore for attending Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's trial? Tell me whether it was Ejimakor that made that happen. Is it Mandela?
Hello.
What do people think? Yes, call on the line. Go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening.
The only contribution I want to contribute on this program this evening, I just came back from work. I saw you online narrating the stupidity of our people, idiocy of our people. One thing, just like your last caller said, that they don't know that we are IPOB. The way we do things is not the way they think. And you yourself have analyzed the topic of the guy. That they should not throw something out and they are accept us thinking that we will jump into their rubbish, their garbage, the way they want it. So just like yesterday, when I was watching Simon Ekpa hosting the fundraising, without knowing, just like as you said, that we are wise people, but these people forgot that most of us are in this struggle. That they are not showing their face does not mean that we don't know what we are doing. So I could remember, I found out exactly what this program is telling us today, that these people they are being paid by doing all this. Because the first time fundraising for ESN was hosted in even the platform of Simon Ekpa, I followed that program. That American ladies, they are the first people that made a program of fundraising for ESN. I followed that program till daybreak in the morning. Simon Ekpa did not give one kobo. I tried to go. I tried to go around.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question for some people. Can you remember that I gave money?
Yes.
Do you know I gave money in that thing?
Yes.
Do you know how much I gave?
Why I'm telling you this is
no. Let me just. Do you know how much I gave in that fundraising?
No.
And I was invited as a guest. I gave $1,000 in that fundraising.
Okay. Okay.
Even though I was invited as a guest, I was supposed to be there to help and with digital and media things.
I said I was the one with my biro, jotting from the first person gave to the extent I left off in the morning around 3 o'clock because I would go work in the morning. I went up again. The fundraising is still going on. This guy did not give one kobo. Up to this moment, today, all the whole fundraising, when I'm talking is when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, our union do the last time. These guys have never one day give one thing, issue one kobo for ESN. But could you believe me? Simon Ekpa was the 5th person or 4th person yesterday giving $1,000. These people come for purpose.
You see, like I said, my brother, I will not. There are things I wanted to do. There's a video I was going to make. I just been saying, should I not? Because somebody said when they go low, you go high, and there are serious things that are happening. More serious stuff will happen, and amongst this fight is a fight that is being fought amongst a committee of freedom fighters, not one person. And at that level, everybody understands. And the ranks are not broken at that level. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still has a solid link. If somebody is going to use it and go and tell federal government, let them know. Still has a solid link with Omoyele Sowore still interacts. They still communicate through people that go to see him. So their relationship is so intact that when members of Take It Back movement were arrested and they were brought to DSS facility, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was the one fighting and making sure that these guys were taken care of. In fact, when they'll bring food for him, he will take some of his food and he will pass it on to the other people. They told us. These were people that we communicated with. And when they were leaving, he sent a message to them, to other people, while they were there to show you that God has a way of working. Those guys who were arrested from Sunday Igboho's house, they were in that detention, DSS detention. So at that, there was a particular time, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was there, IPOB people were there, Taking Back movement and revolutionary people were there, Igboho's people were there, a conglomeration of freedom fighters. So when people are discussing at that level and acting at that level and, deliberating over their real issues, you want me to waste my energy to be answering people that I know very well. I know that they are not connected to the happening. Nobody's telling them anything. That's another frustration. Forget all these things that people come and you join something from here and here and here and here, and then you say, I don't care what they are doing, I don't know, and you don't know, but yet you're dishing out information and you're telling people what. Come on now, are we fools? Because nobody's telling you anything anymore. You don't have the information.
Mazi Chidi. If most of them that are doing all these things today, bribe can deal. Sorry to use my language. It's my language because English language is not my language. So sometimes if they are
no, you don't have to apologize. We just do and interpret for other people.
Okay, so these people forgot that before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, he said that these people, this DOS, this structure, that generation to generation will talk about them. These are his words, and he made it clear. Say, pray for those that are willing to go and die, including him. He knows all these things. So all these ones, that's the reason why they started pumping money. Lion Muhammad, they started pumping money to go direct to the head state of the foundation of this movement. But as God may have it, as he said,
do you know the funny thing? Do you know the funny thing that exactly. No, but let me tell you something. Let me tell you something that was amazing to me. We all have common sense. Have you noticed that the federal government of Nigeria is no longer talking? They're no longer talking about IPOB, talking about Lai Mohammed is no longer talking. Why? Because they are inside the IPOB now. So there's no need for them to be talking. Is it not amazing that the people who are now talking against the struggle are from inside the struggle? Isn't it very, very, shouldn't it tell you something?
Exactly.
Shouldn't it tell you something? Loreto Onoche doesn't talk about IPOB anymore. Lai Mohammed doesn't talk. Nobody talks anymore. It is now the people from within the house that you wake up in the morning, afternoon, Monday to Sunday. Your only problem is from within your camp. You devote your time, devote your energy, devote your time online to be tearing your house apart. Something is wrong now.
Let them gather themselves, because the vultures will gather. They are their vultures. Let them gather themselves and bring out themselves. We need them more this moment, so that when we will march, as our leaders used to say, when we will march,
all right, thank you very much. Thanks very much. Hi, Bori. Please, did you ask any question? Sorry, I don't read all the questions, but if there's any question that you wanted to ask, go ahead and ask it, and we will be ending the meeting. You know me, I really don't want to stay 4 or 5 hours just so that people will come here and donate money to me. Okay, once I say what I want to say, because I'm thinking of the next thing I'm going to do. Forgive me, I missed about 2 meetings to be able to do this show. Very important meetings to me, but this interview was also very important because I know how people fought this judgment. I know very well how people. Are you not surprised that such a serious judgment as this, some people prefer to not talk about it at all? Some people prefer to discredit it. That's why I was asking all those questions I was asking. You understand? Anyway, somebody, sorry, your question is wait a minute. Hold on. Let me see your question. You said, wait a minute. Simon Ekpa, is it for selfish reason? I thought he was selected to be leader of IPOB with Kanu's absence. Simon Ekpa was not selected to be leader of IPOB. Again, you see, I'm very, very careful. There are some things I don't want to be dragged into. The pool has been, people have insulted me, have done so many things. Simon Ekpa has gone to his show, and he just talked rubbish about me. You know, I didn't want to respond, because you have to know there are so many people. It's just like a Moyele show, right? I relate with him so much on different levels, and when you ask him some things, Shore will not answer to everything. Okay, so I always ask myself some questions. What am I supposed to gain out of all of these things? What am I supposed to gain? Okay, I will not be dragged into it. There are some things that will naturally sort themselves out. The only thing I want you to do for me, listen, the only favor I'm asking you is to stick around. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. The story is getting very, very interesting. Shebi Nnamdi Kanu is in detention. Shebi Nnamdi Kanu, just ask yourself now. Nnamdi Kanu has access to his lawyer. Nnamdi Kanu has access to his brother. Nnamdi Kanu sends messages to DOS. And you think he doesn't know what is going on? Uturugbeke. If you are popular in my program, you know when I say Uturugbeke. This one is becked so badly. Go and buy popcorn. The things that will happen, it's not everything. That's not every fight. That I don't even fight. I don't fight. If I want to fight, I know who I fight. My enemy is Buhari, and the way they are killing Nigeria. They are my sworn enemies. Those are the people I attack. Why should I come and start attacking Simon Ekpa? I won't attack Simon Ekpa. Let him attack me all he wants in his show. Fine. What I do with people is this, okay? When I have an issue, when I think there's something, that I call you, I send you a text. I'm not a madman, okay? I was just asking my wife the other day. I said, "Como?" I said, somebody said, "I believe I saw Ekpa Maegu in your show a while ago." Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Simon Ekpa. And you see, I don't want it. I don't want to be saying people, this is not the essence of this thing. And I keep holding myself from going in that direction. Whatever somebody wants to do, go and read my history, go and see the things that I do it for the reason I do it. Now, the other person has a right to take whatever and run with it the way they like. I cannot answer for them. I cannot. If I call you on the phone and ask you questions if I see that you did a good job in the past, because let's face facts. Simon Ekpa did a very good job of maintaining the momentum, maintaining the pressure on the Nigerian government. And for that, I commended him. For that, I brought him on the program. When Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was arrested, there was so much fear. There was silence. People were depressed. Nobody could even talk. I brought Mazi Simon Ekpa. I brought my Egun diary. Why did I do that? Because I wanted to encourage the people. I wanted them to see that no, they didn't shut us down, because Shore was kept down in Abuja. He can't move anywhere. They're monitoring him. They're trying to kill him. Sunday Igboho was arrested. He's there in whatever country they kept him, Benin Republic, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was in DSS. So we needed to do that. Now, like the monkey will say, that is carrying the young one on his back, and whatever he's doing at the back, he cannot vouch for it. I am not Mazi Simon Ekpa's spokesperson. He's an adult. Whatever decisions he makes, whatever he says, he is responsible for it. That's what I was trying to tell you. Me, whatever I say, whatever I do, I am entirely responsible, and I will answer for myself. Same thing with my ego. But what I ask you is to just give time. If I come now and say that I'm a good person, don't believe me 100%. Just watch me. Give me time. Very soon, the real me will come out. Not because I said it. So I don't have to come here and say this and say that. No. I'm only encouraging people to be wise. Wise. Go back to the wisdom that you used to be known for. You are wise now. Why are you behaving like you're not wise anymore? You're very wise. You're very intelligent. Pull on. That's the way I scold my son. I tell my son, do you know whose son you are? Have you ever thought about that? Do you know the family you're coming out of? There's a way we behave. Think now. Think. See, if my son does something bad, sometimes you'll be shocked. I don't just scold him because of that thing he did bad. I scold him because of the way he acted in the middle of that situation. Because it's the action, it's the process that is important. It is not when they ask you x, y plus z equals x equals 25. What is x? X equals 30. You think you will get 100%. No, you may end up getting only 50. But somebody may fail the answer. But it is the progression, how they got to the answer. That is what tells the teacher that this person is very, very intelligent. So I just want people to be intelligent. I want people to be wise. I'm not going to go and dig inside the gutter like some people are digging. Why am I wasting my time? When I am connected to the real happenings, there is no question that I need answers to right now that I will not get it. That's the privilege I have. Why? Because of the way I conduct myself. People will do things with you based on the way you talk. Do you understand? I have a very, very confidential relationship with so many people that you will not believe. They confide in me. And why has it been sustained through the years? Because they have watched me and they know that certain things concerning the struggle that is committed in my hands are safe. By the time you come and drag me to start talking certain ways, I will lose those kind of relationships, and I cherish them. I cherish them. I'm not foolish. I'm not a fool to come and over what? Is it over money? Is it over fame? What? What? Is it to drive another car? Will the car have 6 tires? Or give me another house? How many bedrooms? How many beds without sleeping in one night? So what is it? Some of us, you can't buy us out. If I could have been bought out, I could have been bought out by maybe someone like what's his name? Apostle Johnson Suleiman. But no, we're not like that. God has blessed me. God has. Sometimes when you guys didn't see me on social media, you're wondering, Chidi, where are you? I was facing. I'm building a house with my wife. We're building a house from scratch, from foundation. You think it's easy to build a house abroad? You think it's this? So I mean, I appreciate people subscribing to our channel. I appreciate the money that we get. But even if you go and Google how much I make from YouTube, that's not the thing that is sustainable. I work too. I was asking my wife, some people don't even realize, and if you talk like that, they say you're bragging. Do you know what it took for me to go through secondary school? Do you know what it took for me to get my first degree? You think I'm a small boy? Do you know why I'm? Let me even brag a little bit so that some of you who expect me to do certain things, give me some respect. You do your first degree in architecture, you think it's easy. Then you do your master's degree in architecture, you think it's easy. Then you come and have a PhD, you think it's easy. Then you become so many things. You become president of the Association of Canadians here in Canada. Come on now. Then you go back and run for governorship and spend all the money there and do everything and come back. You think it's easy. So we are not just come and just start vomiting like people who don't have sense. I relate on certain levels. And when you relate at that level, genuinely, there are certain things that people expect of you because you're not a small person. So I'm also a chief in my village. My chieftains is not the chief that they go and bribe to get certificate. The video is there. It's a chieftaincy where there's a big ceremony, and in the presence of your whole community, they call you and they put a cap on you and they tap your lolo on the back. So we are real people. All of the accolades and everything I've gotten in life, I'm humbled by it. So when you see me doing certain things, okay, somebody say to even become a pastor, now small thing, of course, it's not an easy something. So, but one thing I come to understand in life is that the more God blesses you, the bigger you become, the more you are humbled. Honestly speaking, there is somebody's phone number that they ask somebody asked me for somebody's phone number today before I came for this show, and I was laughing. It just shows that people know. Some people know, and that's why they can ask you those kind of questions. And the only reason why you are able to have those phone numbers and for them to believe, some of them just ask you because they believe. And there is a reason why that is happening. You think I'm ready to give it up under what? Say what happened. Go and engage somebody and then lose those things. No, I can't. I can't do it. I can't. I have come a long way, man. I've come a long ways, and I'm not willing to die over waiting. Waiting. You go and brush your teeth first of all, before you come and talk to me. If I do like I'm supposed to do, I'm not even supposed to talk to you. I mean, let people leave me alone. Let's focus on the important thing. Our brother Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is languishing there in DSS cell. That is the most important thing. Let us fight for him to come out. And please, guys, we're gonna stop here. We are going to continue doing the marriage series that we're going to keep doing leading up to Valentine is coming right now. The problem is some people don't even think that Valentine is going to come. All of a sudden, once we enter February, around 1 week to Valentine, that's when they say, oh, it's Valentine. Yeah, it was Valentine 2 years ago. It was Valentine 20 years ago. So we are now talking about, building up relationships. We're still going to talk about that. We're still going to talk about politics. We are still activists. Nothing has changed. But don't expect us to follow the madness. Allow people who are going mad. One day, their madness will be cured. Just like that. Just like that. Their madness will be cured. So let's not be distracted. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for sticking with us. And on behalf of Dr. Erica and everybody who helps us with our media, my name is Dr. Chidi, and I expect to see you guys very soon. I think we have something happening on Monday, and we'll continue to do our best and juggle between broadcasting and doing the job that we're also supposed to be doing. All right, I love you guys. Bye-bye.